Hey guys, welcome to this lecture on LLMs to AI agents. Before we talk about agents, tools or protocols like MCP, we need to pause and talk about expectations. Over the last few years, large language models or LLMs as they are popularly known have created an enormous amount of excitement for many people. The first interaction with an LLM feels almost magical. You ask a question, you get a fluent, thoughtful answer. You ask it to write code, it does. You ask it to explain a complex concept, and suddenly it makes sense. Because of that experience, it is very easy to assume that we are dealing with a complete intelligent system. But the assumption is exactly where most real world failures begin. This lecture is about understanding why this happens. The core question, let me ask you something that most teams only realize much later. If a large language models are so powerful, why do AI powered applications still feel unreliable in production? Why do they work well in demos but fall apart with real users, real data, and real edge use cases? The answer is not that the models are weak. The answer is that intelligence, when isolated, does not scale into reliable systems. To understand this properly, we need to be very precise about what is an LLM. A large language model is fundamentally a reasoning engine over text. It takes input text, applies patterns learned during the training, and generates the most likely next pieces of text. This is an incredibly powerful capability, but it's also very limited. An LLM does not observe the world, it does not remember across time, it does not take actions on its own in isolation. So when we treat an LLM as if it was a full system instead of a component inside a system, we create fragile architectures. So why limitations matter? When people complain about hallucination, context loss, or incorrect answer, they often think these are random bugs. They are not. These issues come from very specific architectural limitations that appear again and again, no matter which model you use. Once you understand this limitation, many confusing failures suddenly become predictable. So the four core limitations of LLMs are this that define a standalone LLM. I cannot do. First, its knowledge is frozen at a training time. So if you look at any ChatGPT model, they have been trained till a specific date. So the early model was till April 2023, and similarly the new models have a different cutoff date. You can as well as query to the LLM itself till what date you have knowledge aware of. It should get back to you until you enable deep research or connect or a new icon to connect it to internet, which many of the LLMs now have already rolled out. Second, it has a no built-in way to access external data or perform actions. ChatGPT has already addressed this with the concept of custom GPTs and also with APIs. But if you are using ChatGPT in a window without using any of the add-on features that have been rolled out in isolation, they would not be able to execute a task for you. Third, it can only hold limited amount of context at once. So if you are talking in a chat, once it hits a specific chat, it starts throwing up an error or requiring you to start a new chat because it has hit his context window limit and cannot remember any of the previous chat history you have had with the LLM. So this is what we refer to as the context window, or in this case the limited amount of context at once. And fourth is information is missing. It may confidently invent answers. This is what we refer to as hallucination. We'll walk you through each of these concepts with real world examples. So abstract explanations rarely stick, especially for system level concepts. So instead of staying theoretical, we'll be using three recurring examples throughout this specific lecture. A librarian who has read everything but has no access to the internet, a GPS system that knows every road but has no live data on the traffic, a customer bot that sounds helpful but can't touch the backend system. These examples aren't blown out. They closely mirror how LLM systems behave in current world today. So limited knowledge beyond background. Let's start with first limitation, knowledge beyond training. So large language models do not learn continuously when training ends. Their view of the world freezes in time. Anything that happens after that moment, news, events, policy changes, user-driven specific updates, does not automatically exist in the model. This is often known as knowledge cutoff. It means the model can be extremely knowledgeable about the past, but while completely being blind about the present. So to understand this, we'll be walking through the disconnected GPS example. Think about a GPS navigation system. The map itself might be perfect. Every road, intersection, highway is accurately represented, but the navigation system isn't about maps, it's about timing. If a road is closed 10 minutes ago or a traffic suddenly built up, a GPS system without live data still will route you straight through that road. The GPS isn't broken. It's exactly what it was designed to do. It simply lacks real-time awareness. This is exactly how LLMs behave when asked about recent or changing information. So if you are using a Google Maps without live data, or you can also use any of the open maps which does not have live navigation data integrated into it, while Google Map has, the other navigation system you might be using might be disconnected from the internet. So the real-time ETAs you get from your source to destination in a Google Map or other navigation maps without the lifetime information might not always be problematic every day, but on certain day where some events are happening or some water logging happened, some tree felling happened during any of the traffic diversions, it will certainly not give you the right data. And this is basically what we are referring to as limited knowledge beyond training. And similarly, let's look at the librarian example. They have read millions of books, they have understood history, science and theory deeply, but they are isolated. There are no newspapers, no internet, and no way to observe the current events. When you ask about yesterday's news, the librarian may still answer by extrapolating from the patterns they have seen. The answer sounds fluent and reasonable, but it may be outdated or completely wrong. That's not a deception, it's an extrapolation without grounding. And similarly, let's look at one more example, the bot example. This limitation becomes particularly dangerous in customer-facing system. Imagine a system bot that answers questions about refunds. The model understands refund policies in general, but it cannot see the refund was rejected 10 minutes ago or a day ago or roughly a couple of hours ago, or a refund policy which was recently updated. So it responds with a generic template timeline response. From the user perspective, the system feels misleading. From the model perspective, it had no access to the truth. So no built-in access to the external systems. The second limitation is equally important. By default, LLMs can only generate text. They cannot query databases, call APIs, update records, or trigger workflows. They can describe options, but they cannot perform them. This is why early AI assistants felt like they were very smart documentation systems that than actual assistants with real-time knowledge. Intent without execution. So when a user says cancel my subscription, what they actually mean is please perform an action in the real system. A standalone LLM can explain the entire cancellation process in detail or describe the steps user has to perform, but nothing actually happens unless there's an explicit system built around it to accept the user request and carry out the cancellation and provide a confirmation number to the user. Understanding intent is not same as executing intent. So scheduling example. The scheduling example illustrates this perfectly. The model understands time, calendars, constraints, and preferences. It can reason about them clearly, but without a connection to the actual calendar system, that reasoning remains very theoretical. This gap between understanding and execution is one of the biggest reasons why LLM systems only disappoint users. So now let's look at memory. LLMs do not only have long memory, instead they operate within something called a context window, a fixed amount of text and that a model can attend to at one time. When a new information enters the context window, exceeding the context window, older information is generally pushed out. This isn't forgetfulness, it's eviction of data that has already exceeded the memory limit the LLM can hold. And to understand this, we will look at a one-page notepad. The librarian's one-page notepad is useful mental model here. As the models are written down, older notes disappear, goals, constraints, and assumptions quietly vanish. This is why tough, long conversations with LLMs often drift or lose coherence over time. And the same one can be looked at support bots. In support systems, this feels like a bot not listening. The user explains the issue, provides context and references earlier messages, but several turns later, the model behaves as if it's starting from the scratch. From the user perspective, this feels broken, time wasted, and does not result in meaningful outcomes. From the system perspective, it's unavoidable without memory. So the last part we are looking at is hallucination without grounding. Finally, let's look at hallucination. A hallucination occurs when model generates information that sounds correct but is not verified or true, and in most of the cases is generally long or made up information. This typically happens when data is missing and there is no external verification step. This model fills the gap with fluent text. Why hallucinations are a problem? Almost all examples, the librarian, GPS and the model bot, the same pattern appears when there is no grounding, no live data, no verification loop. Confidence replaces correctness. That's why hallucinations are not just a prompting issue, they are a system design issue. And let's look at some of the early fixes. The industry tried many fixes: better prompts, fine tuning, retrieval, and even human review. These approaches helped in narrow cases, but none of them changed the underlying architecture. They treated the symptoms instead of addressing the root cause, which is the architecture issue. Now let's come to the real insight. There are key realizations that changed everything. An LLM is not a system, it is a component, a powerful one, but an incomplete when used in isolation. Real intelligence in software requires observation, memory, action, and feedback. Once you understand this, the shift from LLM to agents becomes inevitable. In the next section, we will see how adding tools to close these gaps and why doing this in an ad hoc way does not scale. That's exactly where the main theme of this lecture, which is the model context protocol, comes into picture. See you in the next lecture where we cover each one of this. Thank you for joining.